Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Krasi. In this video we will be discussing month of May, the most important events, the celestial events, and also of course we'll be looking at each of the days according to the position of the moon, um, in relation to the fixed stars, to the planets. And so of course we're using the ancient astrology, and we do not only look at the transit and the movement of the moon, because there is no activity, there is no life without the moon. But of course we will also look at the other events like the heliacal rises of the planets. um, so yes, it will be about month of May. Now, first of all, what is happening in May? Today is 9th of May, and this evening on the western horizon, the moon appeared in Taurus in the vicinity of the star Aldebaran. You know, we have these four royal stars which form the cross. Why they're called royal? Because they are very mighty, very visible, with high magnitude. You can see them with your naked eye. And Aldebaran is maybe the most powerful among them. Aldebaran in the eye of the celestial bull. So the moon appears there. Just to mention to people who are maybe new to my channel, what we call new moon is not what the modern astrology would consider new moon. New moon is really literally the new moon when you see the lunar crescent. So this evening we see the lunar crescent rising on the western horizon, and this is the new moon. This is marking the beginning of the lunar month. So actually this is the simplicity of the ancient Babylonian astrology. It is that everything what happens on the sky, literally the same we see in the horoscopes. That's simple. This is the beauty of the ancient astrology, the simplicity. Like, you know, in life, everything which is genius is simple. So yes, the moon appears this evening, conjoined Aldebaran, the eye of the bull. And you will say how wonderful this is. A royal star, mighty, powerful royal star. Indeed, but this particular appearance of the moon receives also the limiting square of Saturn. Here comes the thing. You have the moon exalted in Taurus, beautifully conjoined to Aldebaran, powerful moon full of potentials, and then the moon receives the limiting aspect of Saturn. Who is more powerful? Maybe Saturn is more powerful in this sense. And yes, when we look at May, starting literally, the lunar month starts from the appearance of the moon on 9th of May. We can indeed see that the main subject matter of the month will be related to Taurus, which is beauty, which is art, which is, yes, finances, which is knowledge. Because exalted moon, imagine exalted moon in the horoscopes of people. Such people usually very smart, very smart, very intuitive, very sensitive to energy. So yes, this is what the new moon shows, but with the limitation of Saturn. So it means that everything which month of May promises will also be, in a way, not really restricted, but will need the application of discipline, true knowledge, um, wisdom, because you know, Saturn is about wisdom. So the moon appears in Taurus. This is good. And before we look at each and every day of the month, we look also at the other celestial event. You know, Jupiter just entered Taurus. So Jupiter entered Taurus to be there 1 year. And this is very important, because, you know, up until now, Jupiter was in sidereal Aries, and he was quite powerful, because in Aries he is in his own trine, in the fire triangle, in the fire trine. Jupiter had his powers in the fiery Aries. And we felt somehow his blessing, especially people who would have Aries on ascendant or Jupiter in a key position in their horoscope would feel this. Then another thing which is quite important but not very rare, that's why I was asked what is so special, important, unique on the 18th or on the 19th of May. Maybe this is the conjunction between Jupiter and the Sun in the Pleiades in the Seven Sisters. This is interesting. I checked 12 years ago when the same aspect happened. What actually happened? Jupiter also in May of 2012 entered Taurus to stay there 1 year. And what happened? Remember what happened? 2012 was very special. Everyone spoke about end of the world, but with that, we went through major awakening. Like this was one of the major waves of awakening. So Taurus, I spoke a lot in 2 previous videos about Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus. So Jupiter in Taurus, is not very, very powerful because this is not really a sign where he is specifically dignified, but he is considered to be peregrine, so is called in Taurus, but still he will bless beauty, he will bless art. Yes, financially he will also give some blessing, but remember he will, but only 1 month after the Jupiterian entrance into Taurus, Uranus is entering and he's changing the picture. That's why now I will not go into deep detail because I did it in 2 previous videos, two about Uranus and another one about Jupiter. So this is major. Then on 18th of and 19th, like we just said, Jupiter invisible. He turns now invisible to become visible again just before Uranus. And I think on the 12th of June, Jupiter becomes visible. This will vary slightly for the different geographical places. So Jupiter and the Sun are conjoining in the Pleiades. Who are the Pleiades? In the Greek mythology, the 7 sisters, because with naked eye, I'm trying to see every time to count. Do I see 6 or 7 stars? I'm never sure with naked eye. So, yes, these are the 7 sisters with the major star there. One of them very, very important for us, Alcyone. But when we look back, according to the Babylonian mythology, these particular 7 sisters were the Subitu demons who are given, I think it was by God Anu, to serve Nergal, Mars. And these demons, Subitu demons, are very, very negative. They basically contain all bad features on Earth. One would be, they all mean devastation. And I think due to our evolution somehow, the energies of the Pleiades changed into something not that negative, which is, the 7 sisters, which are very magical. So yes, Jupiter and the Sun are meeting there. This is important meeting, but in the good Taurus. It is magical, I believe. Once Jupiter becomes visible, mid-June, he will reveal to us another level to support our next level of awakening. What is the awakening about? It is about finding who you are, coming closer to the Creator, to your soul. So this is about the awakening, and I believe Jupiter and the Sun meeting in these degrees, the very magical degrees, not necessarily easy, but very magical, very mysterious, will reveal to us a lot once Jupiter becomes visible in June. So this is one event in May. Another event in May. Mars just recently became visible earlier than expected. A couple days earlier than expected, and this is an omen, ladies and gentlemen. The fiery Mars, he's like willing to act. He couldn't wait to become visible approximately. I think he was planned to become visible around 7th. Couple of days earlier, he became visible. I heard this from different sources. I couldn't see him personally. We had rains and clouds, but certainly he became visible earlier. Omen. When we have such omen, especially about Mars, who has no patience, Mars is never associated with patience. So will be the events which he's promising, events related to energy of Pisces. Eventually some natural disasters for the world. Eventually the warlike situation will not stay calm. Also we may have all these people running away from their from their lands, because Mars is also because Pisces, where Mars became visible together with Rahu, by the way, the point where we had the eclipses. So Mars is associated with the difficult karma of the humanity. But also about this, I have separate, quite detailed video just very recently. You can find it on my channel. So this is briefly about month of May. What to expect? See, also Venus is entering Taurus, but she's invisible. When she's invisible, we experience her blessing differently. She's not really, you see, when she's invisible, she's descending into the netherworld. She's either the goddess Ereshkigal of the ancients, or she's Persephone. So she's more magical, wiser, um, not so much supporting love life. So this is a time, a period not very appropriate for new, let's say, financial projects, operations, also not for beauty procedures, also not for getting married. And the ancients knew that perfectly well. Even nowadays in India, they know it. I was surprised to see how everyone was marrying on the same week. And they would never do this when Venus is invisible, because people know. So Venus is entering Taurus, and she's somehow participating in this conjunction between Jupiter and the Sun. And this is benevolent. The two benevolent planets conjoined with the Sun, giving the new impulse for the further awakening. It will be compared to the one which was major in 2012. Well misunderstood, because some were expecting the end of the world. But still, it was a wave of awakening. Many factors participated in this, but one of them was of course, the placement of Jupiter in Taurus. Because in Taurus, as exaltation place of the moon, we have knowledge and intuition and nature and beauty and talents and whatnot, blessed by Venus. So this was my introduction to you. And let's look now day by day from the beginning of the month on the 9th of May. So 10 May, influenced by the evening and the appearance of the moon on the 9th. What to expect? This is the first lunar day of the month Airu. And this is the lunar day when we can certainly do some new beginnings, but I would not really recommend very important new businesses, very important new financial projects, simply because Saturn is restricting the moon by the square he is forming. You can do agriculture, beauty procedures only if they're not invasive, medical interventions not. You can travel, but make sure that you plan very well your travel because of the same square from the moon. This is day which is ruled by um, this will be the energy of Venus. And on this day, of course, if you like to do your spiritual work, to get very well acquainted, connected with the planets, to have their blessing, I suggest you do what the ancients did, always welcoming the sun. And according to the certain lunar day, they would also connect with the planet. Friday is the day of Venus. And when you welcome the sun, you know Venus is ruling the day, so you can imagine this pink aura around yourself, and you can wear rose quartz. Now we're looking at 11th of May, which is the second lunar day, which is Saturday. And the moon is in Gemini degrees, which are good. They're related to trade, communication. We have also restriction from Mars. So if you travel, you need to be careful. If you study, well, small disharmony is possible, so make sure that you're very well organized. You can travel, be careful. Medical interventions, not. New beginnings, I told you, when Venus is invisible, when Jupiter is invisible, we better wait for new beginnings. So routine work, routine business, negotiations carefully, because Mars is forming aspect and this can create disputes. So these days a little bit, better to do the routine work. This day is Saturday, day of Saturn. If you welcome the sun, Saturn is ruling the day. You imagine aura around yourself, amethyst color, and you can wear amethyst. This is the day of Saturn. And now we have 12th of May, which is Sunday, which is the third lunar day. Here the aspect is, again, exact square by Mars, also to be careful. Same day, good for spiritual work. The moon is approaching Sirius, the star. Good for good to study. If you negotiate, you may need to be sure that you're very, very diplomatic, very careful, and also travel carefully. And now we have the fourth lunar day, which is 13th of May, which is Monday. Always this day is very important. The ancients would consider this day very important. The moon is in Cancer, quite powerful. This day actually is fine for non-invasive medical interventions, very good for agriculture work. You may travel, you may do a lot. But new beginnings, yeah, if they're related to spiritual work, study, yes, you can do. But again, remember, most important, Venus and Jupiter are invisible and they don't support business so much. This is Monday, day of the moon. You welcome the sun. You imagine light green aura around yourself, and you can wear pearl. And now we have 14th of May, which is fifth lunar day, which is Tuesday, day of Mars. The moon is passing through the nebula of Cancer, a little bit malefic, not good for medical interventions. Travel carefully. Good for spiritual work, teaching others, do your agriculture work. This is day of Mars. You welcome the sun. Mars is ruling the day, and you can imagine red aura, and you can wear red coral. And now we have 15th of May, which is sixth lunar day. Here the moon is passing through degrees which are related to courage. Again, very spiritual, very philosophical. You can do spiritual work, enhance your intuition, travel, new beginnings when they're very philosophical, new study, new spiritual knowledge, wisdom you can do. But for businesses, I told you to be a little bit careful. Agriculture work, beautiful for planting. Still, the moon is waxing. You can have good results. The day is of Hermes, Mercury. You welcome the sun. Mercury is ruling the day. You imagine greenish aura around yourself and you can wear an emerald. And now we have 16th of May, which is 7th lunar day, always a little bit critical. And the moon is passing through the heart of the lion. Very powerful degrees for astrology, for enhancing your courage, for fighting eventually melancholy or depression, teaching yourself eventually discipline. These are very good degrees. Of course, there is restrictions from Saturn, so on this day, whatever we do, still we need to apply discipline and wisdom, certainly in diplomacy. New beginnings, not mainly to work, on your to study, yes, because these are degrees of enlightenment, certainly. Um, Travel carefully, medical interventions, most probably not. This is Thursday, day of Jupiter. Welcome the sun. The Jupiter is ruling the day. You imagine yellow, orange aura around yourself, and you can wear citrine. And then we have the 17th of May, which is Friday, 8th lunar day. The moon passes through important degrees in Leo, but we have affliction, so we need to be careful when we negotiate, travel, whatever we plan. The day is great for studying astrology, numerology, for enlightenment, enhancing your courage, fighting melancholy, let's say. If you travel, you may, but be a little bit careful, especially on this day more than yesterday. This is Friday, day of Venus. You welcome the sun. Venus is ruling the day, and you can imagine light aura, white, clean aura around yourself, and you can wear pink quartz. And now we have 18th of May, which is 9th lunar day, and the moon is passing through Virgo, passing through the eclipse degrees, receiving opposition from Mars. We need to be careful when we travel, when we do negotiate, no medical interventions, just do the routine, study, do spiritual work, agriculture work, and so. And this is again Saturday, so you welcome the sun. The Saturn is ruling the day. You imagine amethyst aura around yourself, and you can wear blue sapphire, for example. And now we have 19th of May, 10th lunar day, Sunday, day of the sun. Mars keeps making opposition, so we need to be careful. Spiritual work is good, agriculture work, negotiations carefully, medical interventions not, just do your routine, you can study, you can teach others. And this is Sunday, day of the sun. You imagine, you welcome the sun, the sun is ruling the day, and you can imagine the aura around yourself to be really orange, red, gives you good energy, and so. And now we have Monday, 20 May, 11th lunar day. And again, this day also be a little bit careful when you travel, when you negotiate, do the routine, study, teach others. Agriculture work is good. Travel carefully, no medical interventions. This is Monday, you welcome the sun. The moon is ruling the day. And you can imagine light green aura, and you can wear a Larimar, for example, or Wood by the Moon. And now we have Tuesday, 21st of May, 12th lunar day. The moon is passing through degrees, which are called comfort, actually. And these degrees are quite powerful. The moon has no affliction, fine for beauty procedures, fine for arranging, let's say, your bookkeeping, administration, artwork, when you make, surgeries, better carefully, not invasive medical surgeries or operations. You can travel, you can do a lot on this day. Agriculture work, planting flowers, it's a beautiful day. It is Tuesday, day of Mars. You welcome the sun. Mars is ruling the day. You imagine his aura red, and you can wear garnet. Then you have 22nd of May, 13th lunar day. The moon is in degrees, very powerful for art. With these degrees, can, if you benefit properly for them, can make you visible with your work, with your art, with your knowledge. You can achieve a lot. Very good degrees, no affliction, good placement of the moon for beauty procedures, for artwork, for planting flowers, doing beautiful things, arranging your work, administration, no new beginnings, medical interventions, only if they're not invasive. And this is Wednesday, day of Hermes, Mercury. You welcome the sun. Mercury is ruling the day. You imagine green aura around yourself, and you can wear an emerald. And then we have 3rd of May, 14 lunar day. This is Thursday, a little bit critical lunar day because it's actually because of the affliction of Saturn, I wanted to say. But before that, to tell you, this is already the day of the full moon happening on the axis of Taurus, Scorpio, powerful, the mighty axis with two royal stars. This full moon will promise the next 2 weeks after this full moon to be quite, quite powerful, intense, in a good sense too. And we have already participating in this particular aspect the three planets, the Sun, Jupiter, Venus, all in Taurus, so quite powerful and benevolent, I believe, even though the two planets are invisible. Again, Saturn makes square. Everything, even though blessed by two beautiful planets, will require our discipline for sure. So on this day, well, you can do your agriculture, beauty procedure, talented work a lot. This is for the 23rd of May. And now 24th of May, 15th lunar day, which is Friday. I forgot to mention the full moon day, day of Jupiter. You welcome the sun. Jupiter is ruling the day. You imagine yellowish aura, and you can wear citrine. And now you have the 24th of May, which is Friday. Venus is ruling the day. When you welcome the sun, you imagine Venus, pink aura, or light white aura. And you can wear tourmaline, watermelon tourmaline, for example. Yes, and you can do a lot for your knowledge, for very good results in planting, flowers, vegetables when you have the full moon. I understood that. And now we have for knowledge, for again, if you do your business, no new beginnings, medical interventions, no, but you can have good results in your routine, in your current business, in artwork. On this day. And now we have 25th of May, 16th lunar day, and this is Saturday. Saturn is ruling the day. You welcome the sun. Saturn is ruling the day. You imagine the aura around yourself is dark blue, and you can wear blue sapphire. This day is good for practicing homeopathy, natural sciences, working with nature, planting. Still very, very powerful day. No medical interventions, no new beginnings. Yes, you can travel carefully. Saturn makes aspect exact square to the moon. Everything carefully and no medical interventions. And this is I told you Saturday, 25th of May. And now we have 26th of May, Sunday, 17th lunar day. The moon is in Sagittarius, quite good degrees, very philosophical, very benevolent, easy, good degrees. This is all fine. We still have the restriction of Mars this time, so we need to travel carefully. Medical interventions, non-invasive, still no new beginnings, do spiritual work, study, teach others. Mm, yeah, but no new beginnings, just to be a little bit careful. This is Monday. You welcome the sun. The moon is ruling the day of fertility when the moon is ruling the day. You imagine the aura around yourself is light green and you can wear um, Larimar, for example. And now we have 27th of May, which is, I think I just made a mistake. 1 second. I am sorry, I made a mistake. The previous day was Day of the Sun. So the 26th of May was Day of the Sun. So the sun, you welcome the sun, you know the sun is ruling the day, aura around you, red, and you can wear garnet. And now for Monday already, excuse me, 27th lunar day, 27th of May, 18th lunar day. Yes, now the moon is ruling, and what I just told you applies for Monday. On this day, be a little bit careful because of the square of Saturn, how you travel, how you communicate. Very good day to study, to help others, to share your knowledge with others. But medical interventions, quite carefully because of the square of Mars, which is a little bit malefic. Yes, we have to be careful. Yes, this is about Monday. And then on Tuesday, Tuesday is day of Mars. It is 28th of May, 19th lunar day. You welcome the sun, you know, the Mars is ruling the day. You imagine the aura around yourself is red, and you can wear red coral or garnet this day. You may do medical interventions, but when you travel a little bit carefully, very good day for enhancing your intuition, to work with the land, to know new beginnings, and this is about Tuesday. And now we have Wednesday, which is 29th of May, Wednesday, 20th lunar day. Again, quite similar. You can travel, enhance your intuition, you know, you can do administrative work, complete things like closure of, let's say, administrative work, or closure of things, completion of administration or bookkeeping. Very appropriate. This is Wednesday, day of Mercury. You, Hermes, you welcome the sun. Mercury is ruling the day. You imagine green aura, and you can wear emerald. And now we have May 30th, Thursday, 21st lunar day. The moon is approaching Saturn, and this is waning moon with Saturn, not very harmonious, but there is no friction. Some medical interventions you can do. You can travel, not good to negotiate, not good to new beginnings. And this is Thursday, day of Jupiter. You welcome the sun. Jupiter is ruling the day. You receive the blessing of Jupiter, abundance, and so you know is the what we expect from him. You imagine the aura to be orange, and you can wear citrine or yellow sapphire. And now we have just to see 31st of May. This is 22nd lunar day. It is Friday. A little bit more critical because the moon is already with Saturn. Non-invasive medical interventions are allowed. Spiritual work, very good, enhancing your intuition, no new beginnings. When you travel, well, a little bit more careful. Well, what else can you do on this day? Yeah, mainly spiritual work, studying, making your routine, completion of things, getting rid of bad habits always is appropriate on such day. This is Friday, day of Venus. We welcome the sun. You know, Venus is ruling the day. You imagine light, pink, white aura, and you can wear pink quartz. And we already have 1st of June, and a moon is entering Pisces, a little bit critical day to be careful how you travel, how you negotiate. And I will end here, and next month I will start actually from the 1st of June in order to have things a little bit better organized. So I hope this was useful for you, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can plan your routine. All the best to you, and talk to you very soon. Bye bye.